name's Pam Nelson, and this is Weekly Wake Up. This week will be a little bit of a more challenging balance flow series. We'll use a chair and blocks to make it either maybe a little bit easier, a little bit harder, but you'll have to gauge for yourself which will be best. And it's kind of incorporating some of the things we've been working on the last number of classes in the Weekly Wake Up. We'll start though first in mountain pose at the center of your mat. You can bring the hands to the hips or extend the arms out. Bending the knees, we'll step or jump the legs out to really open up the bottoms of the feet, open the palms. You can turn the palms up even here, lift the front hip bones and lift those kneecaps. From here, we'll bring the hands to the hips, and we're going to turn, just work at turning the feet here a little bit, pivoting and then going back and forth, okay, from one side to the other, just getting that fluid movement through our feet, through our ankles, and coordinating those actions. And then we're going to add a little bit of an arm action into it, hand-eye coordination. So I'm going to extend the left arm, following the fingertips, doing the same movement with the feet. So we're going to follow the hands coming up and over to the left, and then we'll go back to the right, extend the right arm, following the fingers back, up and over, and repeat that a couple of times. So we're trying to follow the fingers, come over to one side, going back and forth. Okay. And then you could even extend the arm out to the side so that we follow the hand to the side without falling, and then back, okay, following the fingers. Same foot action though to go from side to side. Okay, and then we'll come back to the front, extend the arms, step or jump back in. From here then, I'm going to start first with the chair. I'm going to bring the chair just to the left end of my mat. I'm actually going to start here at the other opposite end of the mat. From mountain pose, hands to the hips. I'm going to step back with the left foot. We can follow the left hand coming up and over, coming into kind of a lunge, hands on the seat of the chair. You can step into a plank, press back into downward facing dog pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Coming through into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, lift and open the chest, press the palms down, move the tailbone under and up, press back to that downward dog pose, step again the left foot forward into that lunge. As we come back, we'll follow the right hand back and step back to the front of the mat. And then we'll repeat that other side from mountain pose, stepping the right leg back, following the right fingers up and around. Bring the hands onto the seat of the chair so we're in that lunge. From the lunge coming into plank, pressing back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Coming through upward dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Pressing back again, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the right foot forward. We come up, more like Virabhadrasana 1. I'm looking to the left fingers, following them back and around, stepping back to the front of the mat. So you can repeat that a few times. I'm going to just show another option if I remove the chair and bring blocks. So I'll stand again at the opposite end away from the blocks. From mountain pose, let's inhale, we'll extend the arms up, Urdhva Hasta Tadasana. If you can, keep the arms extended, step your left foot back, coming up and around, come into Virabhadrasana 1, bring the hands down to the blocks, or if you can, to the floor, to plank, Adho Mukha Dandasana, press back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll come through to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog, if you can, tops of the feet, Lift and open the chest. Press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Looking forward, step that left foot forward. Use the blocks if you need for support, or lift you up a bit higher. And then from here, we reach, bringing the arms up, Virabhadrasana 1, come up and around, and back to mountain pose. You can bring the arms down for a moment, and we'll repeat that to the other side. Inhale, extending the arms up, Urdhva Hasta Tadasana. Step your right foot back, you pivot and turn, Virabhadrasana 1. Hands to blocks or floor, to our plank. Pressing back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the right foot forward, come up, Virabhadrasana 1, straightening, coming up and around, stepping back to Tadasana, to mountain pose, and you can stay a few breaths. So one more variation of that, because you can play around and really change this up however you would like. So we could go from mountain pose to chair pose, Utkatasana, a little bit close to the wall, but it can be a benefit also, having the hands at the wall, to chair pose. From chair pose, we can stay down low, stepping back, so come through that lunge, staying down really low, coming to a lunge on the opposite side, lowering the blocks, bring the hands onto your blocks, press back into your plank, and then you could do, some variations here. You could bring the hands down, coming back up, bring the hands down, coming up. Keeping the hands on the blocks, you could press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and just explore the spine, the legs, with the hands a bit higher. It can also help to give more space so that when you step the foot forward, with the hands up a little bit higher, you've got that space. From the lunge here, I'm going to come up again, Virabhadrasana 1, straightening the front leg. I'll turn back and around, come back to mountain pose. So that's really just another option. We'll go and repeat that to the other side. So from Tadasana to Utkatasana, stepping back, staying down low, coming into that lunge. Hands can come onto the blocks, to a plank. A little different, out, out, and then in, out, out, and then in, pressing back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, step the left foot forward, coming up, Virabhadrasana 1, coming around, and stepping back to mountain pose. So there's, again, so many options of how you can play around with those sequences. I'll show just one more with the chair, just again to give you some ideas that you can always add or take away, that the chair can be just as useful, but maybe if you're working wrist shoulder issues, that the blocks or the floor is just a little too intense, we can try again here with our chair from our mountain pose, palms together, Utkatasana here, extend the arms up. So we come up, I'll step the left foot back, Virabhadrasana 1, sweeping the arms back, straighten the front leg, and see if we can pivot all the way around and come into Urdhva. Extending as much as you can. You might need to just keep hands up a little higher. You can extending Urdhva. So you come up, you can come back and around and back to mountain pose. Repeat that to the other side. Utkatasana, so our chair pose. So we step back, straighten the front leg, pivot and turn, coming down Parsva we can elongating. And come back up. And then from here, we're coming up and all the way around and back to mountain pose. So if you enjoyed some of those sequences and make up your own, you can play around and just have fun with, going around the mat a little different than maybe a traditional sun salutation series. So thank you so much.